Hey guys, so the first thing we'll be taking a look at on YouTube is the ChocParty 2019 design breakdown. See you in a bit. Yeah, so we're back. Nice to have you here. Honestly, I'm glad you stayed because it's our first video, so thank you very much for staying. Right, so for me, what I do mostly, because I handled majority of the branding for ChocParty 2019 and I did most of the design work. So for me, what I do before I start a project is to actually pray, especially the intensive projects. I pray first, and it usually comes out really good. So that's the first thing. So like I said in the previous video, brand strategy is at the core of everything you'll be doing. So that's the first thing we have to take a look at. So the brand strategy for ChocParty 2019 was more or less to create a festival feel that has respect to branding and design. To create a festival feel, something that resonated well with the cool and chilled people of Ibadan, which is mostly students. That's UI, Polytechnic, and basically the cool people. So like the name implied, ChocParty, the fest. The idea was to create a festival feel. So next up we have the brand identity. This consists of typography, iconography, brand elements, PNGs, and what have you. So these are the things that make up the design, and I think I'll take a look at each of them in a bit. So colors. So 2019, for the 2019 ChocParty design, we made use of purple, yellow, white, and of course brown for chocolate. So purple, we did orange for 2018, and for 2019 we decided to do something different. So there's a subconscious connection between chocolate and purple. So I'd rather you figure that out yourself. You can drop your comments in the comment section and love to see what you think. So we made use of purple for the majority or for the general theme, and then we contrasted that with a bright color being yellow, which is bright. I felt like it made for a good festival feel. And then there was light purple, which brightened up the whole scene, and white, of course, which brightens up the whole scene even more. It's a festival, it's ChocParty, it's a family brand, it's something everyone should go to. So white, really adds a really nice contrast to the whole situation. So that was the strategy behind the colors. They have typography. I made use of a thick font, Syke, S-Y-K-E, for the ChocParty text itself. And I made use of elephants for the fest. So the fest had, the elephant gave a very weird and then I made use of design elements like rounded rectangles, specifically with a particular edge being sharp, and also made use of circles, rectangles as well. That's for most of the details, and I used a couple of dashed lines. But I think there were a lot of brand elements used, but I think the most peculiar to ChocParty 2019 will be the rounded rectangles, as well as regular rectangles as well. But more peculiarly the rounded rectangles. And then you have the iconography. Iconography was mostly rounded, and most of the icons were in circles, and it's pretty much straightforward. Regular icons, outline in circles. I'll be taking you through Photoshop, Illustrator, and Cinema 4D, showing you how exactly I put together the design, where I did each part of the design and how it all came together, and elements I used. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so we're here now. This is the folder for ChocParty 2019 design. And first thing I had to do was get my resources. What were the things I needed? PNGs, chocolates, chocolate splashes, illustrations. This is where it all happened. I put everything together. I also had to get, like I said, illustrations, cards. And I think what I'll do is I'll drop the link for where you can get these things in the description, and let's see how much that helps you. So first thing I had to do was create my 3D text, in Cinema 4D.
So let's head right there. Alright, so this is Cinema 4D here. So Cinema 4D is a totally different app on its own, and it's majorly for 3D stuff. So it might look very, very unfamiliar to most of you, but then I think it's pretty much easy, but then yeah, it might take a while to learn. I feel like explaining what I did here in Cinema 4D is like a tutorial on its own. So I'm not able to explain fully, but then what I did was basically create text. You know, if you check the layers panel here, I'd separate each letter of the words, and then I twisted and turned the way you see it, because it wasn't written straight, so I had to turn and all of that. So I rendered, and then I'll take you through the renders I had. So yeah, this is one. Yeah, I think this is the very first one I started with. So you mostly want to render in PNG format, except you're trying to catch the shadows, which you have to set a flow for, but don't worry about all that stuff. But yeah, these are the renders basically. So what I did then was to bring them into Photoshop. So it was more like a Avengers assemble kind of thing. You know, I basically brought the 3D text. You know, I'll show you in a bit. I brought the 3D text, the resources, the chocolate splashes, the biscuits you see on the right hand side, those flowery things you see on the sides, and then balloons and all of the stuff. So I basically had to arrange them in such a way that, you know, they look like they're interacting with each other. Because when I tell people that the ChocParty 2019 design is more or less 2.5D, what I mean is that the only thing that is actually 3D is the ChocParty text itself. Every other thing is 2D. You know, either a PNG or something I got off free pick or something. But then, you know, I had to look for them strategically, and then I had to edit them so they fit the brand identity. Because I'm sure you can see that the ribbons are yellow and purple, which are the colors we picked. Same as this sparks here, this as well. So you mostly, there's a lot of editing to be done, especially to the chocolate splashes, because you want to make sure they all look the same, you know, same shade of brown. And then also shadows, you have to set the shadows so it doesn't look like, you know, everything is just flying in the air, you know. So yeah, so here is it. So I couldn't take away everything because of time, but then, you know, like I said, I had to arrange and rearrange, you know, and that has a lot to do with the, you know, positioning of the layers. You know, you have to figure out where exactly each layer has to be, and then for some of them you have to create duplicates, so, you know, you can have, you know, a part of the object behind and the part in front. So that's how it worked. So from this point on, it was mostly just me arranging, you know, making sure my shadows were right, making sure the lighting was proper, you know, making sure the clouds interacted properly with every single element. So I had to put some clouds in front of some objects, some clouds behind, some clouds, you know, still in front, but then faded. You know, I do that by reducing the opacity. And then, you know, a lot of other stuff like color balance, saturation, especially for the chocolates. So that's pretty much it. So it was more of a movement from me thinking of what exactly I wanted to do, from there to, you know, getting the resources needed, fonts, chocolate splashes, PNGs, you know, objects and all that, you know, rendering my stuff in Cinema 4D, and then pulling everything together in Photoshop. So here's the elephant font I spoke of. Yeah, elephant, and then the psych font I also spoke of. That's under the first. Yeah, that thing that just vanished and just reappeared, the first. So yeah, that's it.
So that's all it is, guys. The ChocParty 2019 design breakdown. It's a quite simple process, but it may seem a little hard if you are a beginner, but then trust me, it's simple. As for the step-by-step design processes, those are some of the things we'll go through in the upcoming graphic design and branding class, so you shouldn't miss that. So thank you very much for watching this, and I hope you have a very, very good idea on how exactly to come up with awesome designs. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and see you soon.